Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. So it's 5 o'clock and it's time to go live with Rohit Verma today. So I think today you'll be, I don't know how many of you know about Rohit Verma. He's an amazing designer. He's really been self made. He's done a very good job of himself, and I have seen his passion for his work. Over the years, he has been able to go from one strength to the other. His stores are amazing replication of his own personality. And I think what is special about Rohit is that he is a person who has come out very open about all his emotional issues and all his other issues, which I want him to talk about today to you. All of us in this period are going through different difficulties. And I wanted to know from Rohit also that since he's one of those young men who lives alone by himself, how much of a problem he is facing. So he was also with me in the Big Boss house as one of the housemates, and that is where we really bonded. And, in normal lives, when I were to meet a Rohit Verma, I had met him many a time before, but he was not somebody whom I could, connect with. And you'll understand why. Because I was like, this boy has got nothing in common with me, and he used to dress very extravagantly, and he had this very, very larger than life persona and a bit exaggerated and over the top by my standards. So I used to say, no way, this is not a guy I can interact with. But this is, it showed me when I was in the Big Boss house how we can sometimes judge people without really knowing them. And we don't allow people to come, to present themselves in the way they are. So, okay, here we are now. I'm going to ask Rohit to join us. Okay, so friends, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Hi, Rohit.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you, Rohit. Looking as glamorous as ever.
Thank
So,
you.
so I was just giving an introduction about you to these people who are watching us today. So saying that, I had seen you before. I
Mm.
had met you before, but I never thought that I can be friends with you or that close to you till we went into the Big Boss house, and that's where we really bonded. So, Rohit, I want to, okay, for everybody who doesn't know, we are that close that he calls me. What do you call me, Rohit?
Mama.
Yes, he's my little adopted bacha, and he's so full of love and affection. And so today I want to start, Rohit, let's start from the beginning. When did you become a designer? And were you in Mumbai when you started, or where did you start your career from?
Ma'am, I'm from a small town called Allahabad. I'm born there and brought up in Missouri. I was always in a boarding school, and that's how my career started. And I come from a very, very technical background. Like, I come from a very literature background. मेरे घर में सब बहुत पढ़े लिखे हैं. Like, my father was a DRM in railways, and my boo was a Sanskrit lecturer in Allahabad University, and like IES, PCS. And when I opted fashion, I was very clear-headed. Like, since my childhood, I was very different kind of a personality. I was a very different person, completely. Never good in studies. I used to wear these braces, very like a complex child, because my maths was very weak, because my dad was fabulous in maths. So coming from a Chitragupta Vanchish family, because I'm Kayast basically. A lot of people, if they don't know about what Kayast are, they are from UP. एंड कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट फैमिली एंड कायस्तों में क्या होता है कि पढ़ाई लिखाई को बहुत ज्यादा वो देते हैं इम्पोर्टेंस. और एक अभी भी नॉर्थ इंडिया का एक कल्चर है जो अभी भी टूटा नहीं है. अगर अगर फादर इंजीनियर है तो बेटे को इंजीनियर बनना है, फादर डॉक्टर है तो बेटे को डॉक्टर बनना है. I think no, why we need to carry that old school mentality. And when I was standard sixth, I made up my mind that this is what I want to do, and I wanted to be a designer. एक टाइम स्टाइल एक आया था तब दूरदर्शन में एक थिंग where the Gudda, Rohit Bal and Sumit Verma was showcasing their collection. I was in standard 6, and my life completely changed seeing that. And before that, I thought that I will get into interior decoration, but वहाँ पे भी maths बहुत involved हुई.
आर्टिस्टिक आपका बेंट ऑफ माइंड था. You
जी
used to
जी.
draw, you used to draw, sketch your design, या क्या करते थे आप? कैसे आपको मालूम था कि आप पेंटिंग करते थे आप? How did you express artistic part? आपने कैसे किया?
So the thing is, a lot of people don't know I'm an amazing oil painter.
Shiva just commented, and you're very good at it.
How are you doing? I just
We know
want to
as your beautiful clothes. हाँ, so आपको आपने कैसे एक्सप्रेस किया अपना आर्टिस्टिक साइड? आप आर्ट में थे, किस में थे?
I was oil painting. I was an oil painter before. I do canvas painting. I do portrait arts and all. I'm very good at it. But I put that on a back seat, and then I started doing clay modeling. Like I can do the ceramics and all. Then I did tie and dye batik. So everything, I was already very creative, candle making and all these things. In fact, Allahabad में एक competition हुआ था, रंगोली competition, जहाँ पे B और MA की मामा 51 औरतें पार्ट ले रही थी, and I was 52nd guy, only one boy entry, and I won the prize in state level. तो मैंने ना पूरे रंगोली बनाई थी मैंने. तो I was very creative since my childhood, because my mother is from Bombay. She's very modern, so I think it came through that. Yeah.
Okay. So तो आपने कोई ट्रेनिंग, फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग डिजाइनिंग में, या कैसे कटिंग होती है, या ये सब चीजें? बिकॉज मैंने कुछ एक छोटा सा कोर्स किया था जब मैं स्कूल में थी, विच वाज लाइक अ होम साइंस कोर्स, और उसमें सब टेलरिंग सिखाते हैं, कैसे कटिंग करते हैं साड़ी ब्लाउज का, सलवार का. तो आपने वो सब ट्रेनिंग प्रोफेशनली भी किया है?
प्रोफेशनली क्या था, मैं 1996 में मैं इलाहाबाद से बॉम्बे भाग कर आ गया था, क्योंकि मेरे पापा नहीं चाहते थे कि मैं डिजाइनर बनूं. मेरा 10th का और 12th का रिजल्ट मेरा बहुत अच्छा नहीं था. इनफैक्ट आई एम इन माय फैमिली हु हैज गॉट 60%. मैं जस्ट पास हुआ था 12th में. सो माय फादर सेड, तो तब ना उस टाइम पे मम्मी दूर संचार बहुत फैशन में था, पीसीओ एंड जेरोक्स सेंटर. तो मेरे पापा ने कहा था कि इसको दूर संचार खोल देंगे, इसकी जिंदगी कट जाएगी ऐसे. तो पीली पीली दीवारें पेंट हो रही थी मेरे घर में. एक स्मॉल, वी यूज्ड टू हैव अ बिग बंगलोज देयर इन यूपी. तो उधर क्या था, उन्होंने एक मेरे लिए रूम बनवाया था जिसकी येलो येलो पेंट हुई थी. उसमें लिखा जाता था रोहित दूर संचार केंद्र, पीसीओ जेरोक्स सेंटर. तब ₹1 ₹2 जेरोक्स का लगता था. और उसी वक्त मैंने
आप रोहित
जी 96 की बात है. उसी वक्त मैंने NIFT का फॉर्म भरा था, निफ्ट नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट फैशन टेक्नोलॉजी, और मैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्वालिफाई कर गया था. एंड आई गॉट अ लेटर. व्हेन द लेटर केम टू मी, मेरे फादर ने वो लेटर फाड़ दिया और मेरे को एक झापड़ मारा खींच के. वो झापड़ ने मेरी जिंदगी पलट दी. 18th April 1996 I came to city of Mumbai without even knowing what will my tomorrow. And my journey from the dark lanes of Allahabad to escalators of New York has been a roller coaster. There was no looking back, because then, Mom, I started with mixo videos. Then there was no looking back in my career. But since then, I did not go back to Allahabad. I only went when my dad passed away.
Oh my God, that is really inspirational. तो अगर आपने मन में किसी ने भी जो ड्रीम है उसकी सोच ली, तो वो फुलफिल कर ही सकते हैं. एंड यू आर एन एग्जांपल ऑफ फुलफिलिंग योर ड्रीम. ओके, नाउ आई वांट टू नो, आप बहुत अपने आप को मार्केट करते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं, चाहे इंस्टाग्राम हो, चाहे फेसबुक हो, या जो भी आपका इवेंट्स होते हैं, बहुत मीडिया आता है. हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इज मार्केटिंग इन टुडेज टाइम?
Mom, since I come from a field where I never had a godfather, so even from buying fabric to cutting to tailoring to marketing to selling is only a one-man job. I've been doing it, and I have been conned by people in my past, from my ex-partners. But I think so. जैसे बोलता है ना कि मैम, कि हम लोग क्या होता है कि like kind of like I said, I don't know mathematics very well. Anybody can con me. So all these things, when I have learned, like, I think anything, if you want to revert to, or you want people to acknowledge it or making it more interesting, so then you start creating a story about it, इसलिए मेरे हर फैशन शो के पीछे, हर शूट के पीछे एक थीम रहता है, and I always choose a very bold subject where people ignore it. जैसे आजकल मैं सोना काची को बहुत प्रमोट कर रहा हूँ. I know,
मैंने देखा आपका फेसबुक पे, आप बहुत उसे Hey Shiva, I am so ये शिवा हमारी जो फ्रेंड है ये भी एक अमेजिंग लड़की है जो पता नहीं क्या क्या करती है मतलब
मेरे को
शी
चावल शिवा मासी ने मेरे को 12 साल पहले आज हमारी बात हो रही थी ऐसे के अगर शिवा यू सेंड मी राजमा चावल एट माय प्लेस शी इज रोहित आई डोंट शी इज अ स्वीटहार्ट या
Yeah, she's a very enterprising girl. Marina wants to know, हमारी एक friend है from Germany, I think. She wants to know कि आप का favorite color कौन सा है? What is the color you favor when you are designing?
white is my favorite color.
Right? Oh, okay. Okay, so now I wanted to ask you, हम लोग डिजाइनर कपड़े पहनते हैं बहुत शौक से और एक चीज होती है वी ऑल वांट टू वेयर इट, पर हम जब प्राइस देखते हैं तो लगता है ये तो बहुत महंगे हैं तो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस कि ये जो डिजाइनर कपड़े होते हैं इमीडिएटली उनकी बहुत सारी रेप्लिकाज भी निकल आती हैं, तो डिजाइनर कपड़ों में प्राइस के अलावा क्या खासियत होती है जो हम डिजाइनर ही खरीदें? आई नो ओरिजिनल डिजाइन होते हैं, दैट आई नो इज वन थिंग, उसके अलावा क्या है जो ऐसी चीज डिजाइनर ने चाहे हम कितने पैसे दें उसके?
Definitely quality matters a lot. अब obviously जो आप रियल गुच्ची और एलवी और इर्मस से जाएंगे और आप फेक उठाएंगे डिफरेंस तो होगा ही होगा definitely, because I think a lot of designer works on the quality. Like our fabrics are expensive, our tailors are very expensive, the finishing what we gives are very completely very different. So it's very important, you know, what kind of a fabrics you are like, using. And obviously when a person comes to a designer, that looking for a good service, quality, and obviously a good finishing. Okay.
हाँ,
So
तो
obviously,
जब भी आपने जो मेरे लिए कपड़े बनाए हैं उनकी फिनिश आप चाहे उनको अंदर से देखो साइड से देखो परफेक्ट फिनिश होती है. आई डोंट नो
जी,
हाउ टू डू इट एंड दे आर ब्यूटिफुली फिनिश्ड एंड ब्यूटिफुली क्राफ्टेड. तो
thank
वो मैं मानती हूँ बिल्कुल ही. अच्छा एक चीज रोहित, आई डोंट नो अगर आपसे मैं किस तरह ये पूछूं, पर अक्सर ज्यादातर हमने देखा है जो डिजाइनर्स होते हैं हमारे जिनके आपने नाम लिए, दे आर absolutely the top designers, but they are all gay. Is there any reason that top designers, I mean, you yourself have very been open about it? ये क्या वजह है that most of the designers have that gay streak? They are gay.
So according to me, I'll tell you, Mama, the gay, bisexuals, females, transgenders are the words we humans have created. All right, every man has got one woman inside him. All right, you yet need to explore your own self. I believe in that. And I believe that it's not about a person to person. It's the way people conceive it inside them which matters a lot. And most of the gay men are very creative, all right, but some people don't have balls to accept themselves in the public platform. Unlike a person like me, I have always lived my life with my terms and conditions, because end of the day I believe you have to run your own kitchen. Nobody's running your own kitchen. You have to live life with dignity and pride. So if people call me names or mock at me, it is their loss. And I always believe, Mama, strength has never come lifting the weight in the gym. My strength always come within my own self whenever life has knocked me down. So every creative person will have one woman inside himself. According to me, the kind of guys I have dated were all straight, by the way, in inverted commas, and I'm being very vocal about it. it's
My love,
about it's about how one human connects to another human, which is very very important.
that
Yeah.
is true.
So,
Yeah.
so which today we in pandemic, so many couples are having problems, like they fight, they so many divorces are happening, and so much of negativity is going around in the world. So I think sexuality plays a very very important role. End of the day, you only need a mental peace,
Yeah,
how
this
you
is what we
connect.
call looking for. So, by the way, Rohit, Aishwarya says she loved your reply. आपकी ऑनेस्टी उनको बहुत अच्छी लग रही है क्योंकि बहुत जरूरी है. हम लोग जजमेंटल हो जाते हैं, हम लोग वी डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द अदर पर्सन, राइट? आई कैन थिंक लाइक माई सेल्फ बट आई कांट थिंक लाइक यू. सो आई डोंट नो आपके मन में या आपके इमोशंस में क्या गुजर रहा है. So it's so important that we share each other's emotions and we respect each other's feelings, which is without
Exactly.
that there's no point in living a life which you are judging people all the time.
and I think this is so beautiful. Okay, अभी आपसे काफी लोग पूछ रहे हैं बातें, but मैं आपसे पहले पूछूंगी कि अभी very recently, 6th of September, I think, 2018 में, the Section 377 was listed by Supreme Court, and they made, people who had different choices, it became non-criminal, right? So
Yes.
ये से काफी लोगों को हिम्मत भी हुई है, and they were able to come out and talk about it. Supreme Court, in all its wisdom, decided that human beings have a right to their own choices in life. तो उसके बारे में आपको कुछ फर्क पड़ा है? इससे पहले मैं जानती हूँ बहुत लोग डरते थे कि अगर हम ओपनली बोलेंगे तो हमें क्रिमिनल वो एक्टिविटी हमारे साथ लिए जा सकती है. So how did that change not only you but a lot of your friends who are in the similar situation?
Mom, like I said before, that I have led my life with my terms and conditions. I have never cared for the society. When when I came to know, like, I come from a very boarding school where, like, I was not from the co-ed, I was from boys' school. But I was always had a very feminine side, and I always was attracted to same sex. So I think so when I came to Bombay, I came to the words like gay, homosexual, LGBT community. These terms came to me when I came to Bombay, to Metropolitan.
उसके बारे में आपको पता नहीं था उसके बारे में?
I was not doing, why do I feel like a woman? But my best friend Millie, my friend Millie, who's in America right now, she made me realize that I am a gay. That's a term, Because that time we were not so overexposed during that time. People never used to talk openly about it. Media was not there. People were very shy. So I think so. When this section came, it did not affect me because I was always a leading life in a very bold and unapologetic manner. So it did not make any difference to me, right? But the thing is obviously like, but people who are living in denial, okay, who were closeted, who did not was coming out, it helped them to come out of the closet and talk about it, accept themselves. Accepting yourself is very important, Mom, because then you go into acute depression, and I have faced depression.
We'll talk about depression also in a minute. I wanted to also, share with you that a lot of people who family ke pressure mein aake, they try to be leading a normal, what they call normal life of a person who is in a heterosexual relationship. अपनी शादी भी करते हैं, family में रहते हैं, but सारी जिंदगी इस तरह छुपे रहते हैं, and they lead a double life. I think it's way better to be honest, and it's not something that you can force somebody और किसी और की जिंदगी में आप धोखा नहीं देना चाहिए. I do believe that it's better to be honest about it if you yourself know it. कई तो ऐसे बच्चे होंगे, young people who don't even realize it themselves, and then their parents force them saying ये गलत है, and then somebody else's life is also ruined. Anyway,
Exactly.
तो वो बात हम छोड़ के अभी दूसरा आपका जो एस्पेक्ट है, मैंने देखा है आप बहुत बहुत कृष्ण भगत हैं. मतलब ऐसे डिवोटेड कृष्ण भगवान के भक्त हैं आप. तो वो कहाँ से शुरू हुआ? इज इट समथिंग इन योर फैमिली, और ये आपको खुद एक खिंचाव और एक लगाव और एक भक्ति पैदा हुई?
So I read this book called Science of Self-Realization from ISKCON, which changed completely my life, because ISKCON is something which they don't impose anything on you. It has to come within inside you, because if you are non-vegetarian, if you do alcohol, they don't tell you, no, you have to leave because it's wrong. They tell you pros and cons about it, all right? But they don't impose things. Krishna is one God, because मैंने जब पढ़ा है, no God has said that I am a God. Whether it is Shiv, Brahma, whether it's any God, there are so many. There are 33,000 Devi Devta in our Hindu religion. No God has said I am God, except one God said I am gods of God. Okay, that is Krishna, and he is the most coolest God. सारे भगवानों को डर है, कोई चक्र लेके खड़ा है, कोई त्रिशूल लेके खड़ा है, एक यही है जो बांसुरी बजाते रहते हैं. So I find him very cute. He's not scared of anything. So I have never taken Krishna as a God. I have taken him as my soulmate, and the kind of miracles happens in my life, you can't even imagine that how he protects me, and he's always taught me, my Lord has always taught me to live life with dignity and pride. He's always taught me to live with honesty, respect people. I'm a very sensitive and emotional person. I'm very emotional. I can't even harm anyone within inside. So Lord Krishna is one God. He's a God of romance. He's a God of fashion. He's very cool. So जब अर्जुन ने धनुष बाण फेंक दिया तो उन्होंने विराट रूप लिया. So like lot of people don't know that where Shiva has come from. Lot of people don't know who's Shiva. Okay. So like विष्णु के नाभि से निकले ब्रह्मा और ब्रह्मा के मस्तक से निकले शिव. Okay. And then Vishnu said कि आप सृष्टि का निर्माण कीजिए ब्रह्मा जी, मैं सृष्टि का पालन पोषण करूंगा, and then whatever have to start has to end. And शिव ने कहा मैं destroy करूंगा. So Shiva was destroyer. So he took a Rod रूप. So when you read Krishna's everything, Krishna Vishnu Puran about this मृत्यु के बाद and all, it excites me. Which other, like I have read all Shiv Chalisa, I have read Sukhmani, I have read even Quran, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, Tayyib La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. I have read all these books. But the thing is, it has never excited me how much I love reading Krishna's book. So that's it that I got totally into Krishna.
Yeah, so I think that helps you to be a positive person, to be a good person. And हर मजहब यही सिखाता है, to be good people. Ultimate bottom line यही है कि आप अच्छे रहें, खुद के लिए भी अच्छे रहें, दूसरों के लिए भी अच्छे रहें. So let's keep and remember that religion is not for the sake of religion. Religion
Exactly.
is for the kind of people we have to be, our deeds have to be, our thoughts have to be. So I think that is beautiful, and may Lord Krishna always bless you, Rohit. अच्छा, अभी मैं आपसे पूछूंगी कि जब आप बिग बॉस में थे, जहाँ हम पहली बार मिले थे, पहली बार तो नहीं कहूंगी, मिले तो पहले भी थे किसी ना किसी फंक्शन पे, पहली बार एक दूसरे को जाना वहाँ पे, और मैं देखती थी कि एक बहुत लाउड ड्रामेटिक लड़का है जो बहुत मतलब ड्रामेटिक कपड़े पहनता है, लटर पतर कपड़े जो आप बोलते हैं, लटक रहे थे इधर से उधर से, एंड यूज्ड टू से वाओ लुक एट दिस गाय. Underneath all that shosha was the sweet and sensitive and I would say very respectful Rohit Verma. तो आप जब बिग बॉस पे थे, वो एक्सपीरियंस आपके लिए कैसा था? आई नो आपके लिए मुश्किल रहा वो.
Mom, when I entered Big Boss, मेरे को पैसे की बहुत जरूरत थी. I was in fact Big Boss मेरे को season 2 में भी ऑफर हुआ था, मैंने रिजेक्ट कर दिया था. And season 3 में जब इन लोगों ने मेरे को फोन किया, they offered me good money. And मेरे को पैसे की बहुत जरूरत थी because I wanted to buy one house गंगा भवन. And मेरे को अपने इस घर का लोन भी क्लियर करना था. तो मैंने बिग बॉस से पैसे के लिए किया था. पर जैसे मैंने बॉबी डार्लिंग की जर्नी देखी थी कि वो एक हफ्ते में निकाल देते हैं और गे कंटेस्टेंट्स को बहुत इल ट्रीट करते हैं, they dig your family life, they dig you completely, tear you apart. So I went inside the house with a lot of homework. तो मम्मा उस वक्त मेरे को जो ठीक लगा घर में रहने के लिए मैंने वो किया. When I realized Big Boss का गेम मेरे खत्म हो गया था, when they showed the everybody's side to it, and I always believe that you cannot build your castle with somebody else's emotions. Money एक इंसान के लिए सब कुछ नहीं होता है कि आप अपना अस्तित्व को खत्म कर दो. मेरे को कम से कम बिग बॉस के बाद मम्मा I was 1 to 2 years I was into depression. I went to a lot of depression post Big Boss. I made money.
कि आने के बाद आपको काफी इमोशनल ट्रॉमा हुआ क्योंकि लोगों के रिएक्शंस आपको समझ में आए, एंड आई थिंक ये बात बिग बॉस में होती है जब आप बहुत लोगों का सबका ओपिनियन आप पे थोपा जाता है, पीपल जज यू, एंड somehow the people in the house thrive on being nasty to you. पता नहीं क्यों ये कल्चर है उसमें, बट आपको बाहर आके आई मीन इफ यू आर ओके टू टॉक अबाउट इट, आई थिंक डिप्रेशन आज के बहुत एक अहम टॉपिक है. सबको आजकल हम इस दुनिया में देख रहे हैं कि हम एक अलग किस्म के बिग बॉस की स्थिति में पड़े हुए हैं. वी आर ऑल स्टक इन आवर हाउसेस. I've been home for 6 months nearly, like have most people, and we are in a certain state of emotional trauma. अभी कई उसको डिप्रेशन में जाहिर कर लेते हैं, कई एक दूसरे से बात करके मन हल्का कर लेते हैं, but everybody is not going through normal times. तो आपको क्या लगता है ये स्थिति में आप कैसे डील कर रहे हैं इसके बारे में?
So for me, I have become very strong because एक होता है, I have believed like I don't. Lot of people are not still very open to talk about their mental health issue. Or
Yeah, absolutely.
like when I did my test 5 years back and it came that I'm a bipolar. Basically, I've got bipolar disorder. Okay,
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
yeah, I wanted to talk about it. It's not a disease. That it's not like a mental thing. I believe your happiness lies in your own hand. Nobody is can help you. You have to help your own self. So I believe if fashion, looking glamorous, or putting lipsticks or kajal is giving me happiness and is giving me mental peace and satisfaction, I should go ahead and do it rather hanging myself on the ceiling. So when I met my doctor, and these doctors are very, very expensive, they charge too much, and these medicines are very expensive. And when I got into this treatment, oh my God, whenever I'm going, they're making 10,000, 15,000 ka bill. So I suggest 15,000 I'm giving to this person who's ruling my life. Rather 15,000 I go to New York and it's $300 and buy Gucci shoes for myself. So I the reverse manner. So I worked on my depression. I love
Oh,
shopping, I love perfumes, I love fashion. So that's the reason. And then I said, yes, I was under medicine called Fludac. All right. So Fludac was a quite expensive medicine, which cures you. But these medicines can only help you temporary. So, but when you get into religious things, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in Krishna, when you are honest to your own soul, no medicine can cure you unless and you can cure your own self. It is in your own hand. And that's the reason I told doctor, I said, doctor, I think you should also do your test, even you are bipolar. And then, but
Rohit.
during this lockdown, I like entire July, June was a very bad time for me, very bad time, and I was glued to the television, and I tried committing suicide because I am a very suicidal. I have got suicidal tendencies, even when
I know that.
I was I'm saying I've got very suicidal tendencies inside because bipolarity, you tend to, because when a person commits suicide, it's a matter of 2 minutes when you want to end your life. So after this, so much of news of Riya Chakrabarti and Sushant Singh, it really disturbed me completely. Okay, and after like 2 years, I called up my doctor. He said, Rohit, just relax yourself and get back to your medicines. You'll be fine. And it really helped me out. Okay, I
So
took my
I would say, Rohit, I hope you're not watching those terribly
no,
projected news. I mean, news देने का तरीका होता है और एक news को sensationalize करते हैं आजकल. तो उससे वैसे अच्छे भले इंसान को trauma हो जाता है. I've stopped watching certain news channels because I was getting traumatized and हम सबके इमोशनली अफेक्ट हो जाता है कि क्या दुनिया में ऐसी चीजें हो रही हैं, क्यों इतना खराब चीजें हो रही हैं. बट आफ्टर यू हैव टोल्ड मी बाइपोलर, एक बार लोगों को हम एक्सप्लेन कर दें बाइपोलर होता क्या है. बेसिकली पोल, एक नॉर्थ पोल होता है, एक साउथ पोल होता है. एक बहुत खुशी का पोल है और एक बहुत लो फीलिंग है. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड बाइपोलर कि यू गो थ्रू इमोशंस. आप पागल नहीं हैं, बट आपके इमोशंस हैं कि आप एक्सट्रीम हाई हैं, बहुत जुबिलेंट हैं, बहुत खुश हैं, पागलों की तरह हंसेंगे भी और शॉपिंग भी कर लेंगे, पैसे भी खर्च लेंगे. उसमें एक्सट्रीम हो जाता है. और जब डिप्रेशन होती है, लो होता है, तो इतना लो हो जाता है कि आप रोएंगे बिना वजह, बात करते करते रोएंगे, हर चीज में आपको डिप्रेशन होगी. So it's a chemical kind of I think, problem which goes on in the body, and it can be treated. And Rohit, I really, really hope sincerely that you're continuing your medicines because medication बहुत जरूरी है इन चीजों के लिए.
yes,
और वो
I agree.
हमें आप जैसे लोगों को और एम्पावर करेंगे बोलने के लिए कि देखिए ये होता है, नॉर्मल लोगों को भी होता है, बड़े बड़े पॉलिटिशियंस हैं, एक्टर्स हैं, सबको किसी को भी हो सकता है. ये किसी एक टाइप के इंसान को नहीं होता है. इट्स इलनेस. जैसे हम कहते हैं कैंसर किसी को हो सकता है, थायराइड किसी को हो सकता है, ब्लड प्रेशर, हार्ट डिजीज किसी को भी हो सकता है. तो ये भी एक किस्म की बीमारी है जो किसी को भी हो सकती है. वी शुड
But
बी
Mama, in the industry, a lot of people are bipolar, but they don't want to talk about it. They are doing treatment, and then when doctors say you are bipolar, they don't want to believe it. I have got so many good friends. I know they are bipolar with their activity, with their behavior. I know. I said just do a small test at Leelavati. A small test, and I not a but people don't want to talk about it. People don't want.
Yeah,
You know,
bipolar is not the only mental issues. There are a lot of other smaller issues, but आपको दुख उतना ही पहुंचाती हैं. They make your mental life very very unhappy. And हम लाइफ में चाहते क्या हैं? पीस ऑफ माइंड चाहते हैं, खुशी चाहते हैं. और अगर वो ही हमसे छिन जाती है, चाहे हम काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, उसी चीज के लिए कर रहे हैं ना, एक मन खुश रहे, एक दिमाग खुश रहे. तो आई थिंक अकेले रहने से यू थिंक ये प्रॉब्लम्स और बढ़ जाती हैं. आप भी अकेले रहते हैं, राइट?
Solace and me have been a very good friend, Mama. It's my best friend. So since like I like my Solace, it's not about that. I think it's more to do with the family. It's more to do with your work. It's more to do the kind of pressure you are in, and the kind of competitive world we all are in. Sometimes the kind of we all come from a profession where you have to maintain a lifestyle and your financial problems. You're like, when nobody's there to guide you correctly and you don't know where you are going to, everything gets accumulated inside your mind. And that's the reason, you start, your mind is going, your mind starts going here and there, and you forget what is right, what is wrong. So I think it's a lot of issues. I think family support should be very, very important. And I have never been blessed with that since my childhood. And because I took a wrong decisions I took a decision of my own coming to Bombay. And but still, I believe that if you work on your own self, you can work overpower your depression with your happiness. I think you will lead a very peaceful life.
That's good. I like your very positive attitude, रोहित. और आपने ये जो आज शेयर किया है, बहुत लोगों को रियलाइज होगा कि ये किसी के साथ भी हो सकता है. और आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स का भी हमें ज्यादा ध्यान रखना चाहिए. अगर आपकी कोई भी फैमिली मेंबर घर से दूर रह रहे हैं, अकेले रह रहे हैं, किसी भी वजह से, नौकरी की वजह से, काम की वजह से या पढ़ाई की वजह से, उनके साथ कनेक्शन पूरा रखना चाहिए. वी शुड बी इन टच. आई थिंक टॉक टू.
I have been blessed with beautiful friends. Like my friends, God has given me such beautiful friends. Like, look at you, such a beautiful, gorgeous mother, whom I can even call up 3 o'clock in the night and say, Mama, send me kadi chawal. All right. Or like friends like Rinka, Reena, Sargam Didi, like I'm Nisha, I'm blessed with beautiful friends that they can stand for me at 3 o'clock in the night and they can do anything for. I have tested them. मम्मा मेरे को एक छींक आती है ना, मेरी सारी लड़कियां खड़ी हो जाती है मेरे अगल बगल, and I'm like a butterfly, and they pamper me to the death. They pamper me so much. So I'm also blessed with beautiful people around me.
Yeah, that is very important. हमें सबको ये कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हम ये नहीं कि 100 लोग चाहिए लाइफ में, बस कुछ लोग हमें अपने चाहिए जिनसे हम शेयर कर सकें. हर चीज अपने दिल में दबा के रखना बिल्कुल अच्छी बात नहीं है. It can really be a strain and a pressure on you. So I think it's very important that we share our emotional problems or emotional thoughts with people. Sorry, मेरे इधर धूप आ रही, तो I'm trying to shield my face from that. तो ये मैं आपसे पूछूंगी कि आप कभी सोचते हैं कि लाइफ में एक ऐसे इंसान हो आपके पास जो हमेशा आपके साथ हो, आपका अपना हो, चाहे वो एक पार्टनर हो या जैसा भी हो. Have you thought that you need one like that?
Mom, you know what? If you'd have asked me this question 4-5 years back, I would have said yes. Yeah, I definitely. I am looking for someone to hold my hand, to understand me the way I am and accept me the way I am. But I think I'm a very difficult person. I'm a complete diva. I'm a complete diva. And I have drums, and I'm more ladylike, so and it runs in my DNA. I can't even help it. It's there in my system. And so I think, of course, I'm looking for a partner, but in our country, the people lead such a hypocrite life that they want to do everything in the four domestic wall of the house. When it comes to outside, they want to ignore you. Like I said, I've always dated straight men. Straight men always approach me, and they fall in love with me. Crazy. But whatever happens has happened in four domestic wall of the house. People think, okay, because I'm so open about my sexuality, I talk so openly, people think that I'm characterless or I must be sleeping around every man. But that's not me. For me, like, getting intimate or close to someone counts a lot. I need to connect to soul with the person. So that's very important. And
All normal, good human beings want deep and well-connected relationships. Na? लेकिन
exactly.
लाइफ में इंसान चाहता है कि somebody whom I care for, somebody whom I love, सब अच्छे थॉट्स तो यही होते हैं कि इधर से ही मुझे दोस्ती प्यार मिलना चाहिए. So I hope you find somebody to care for and love you the way you deserve, Rohit.
I'm not looking for anybody if unless Lord Krishna had made some Mr. Right for me who's waiting for me in a white horse. But I stopped knocking that door because I think I do a lot for the society, lot for the people, lot for the LGBT community. I want to, educate people about, there are so many Rohit Verma in Satna, Jabalpur, Katni, छोटे छोटे शहरों में फतेहपुर. They are not exposed to this kind of a lifestyle, or they don't know what is LGBT community is all about. So, my dreams are too high. I want to take my brands to an international level because, Mama, the kind of country I come from in India, having so many different languages with different culture, and every culture has got its own fashion element, because there are so many politics is there in our country. Our country is not becoming number one when it comes to fashion like Milan in Italy. We are the number one manufacturers of the textiles, embroideries. हमारा आप पूरा का कल्चर देखो तो my country is the essence of love from my country, India. India is a land of colors, and I'm very proud to born India, where is my Krishna Janam Bhumi, where I have to offer a lot. So I've got like a very different kind of a mindset that I want to educate people in the future, and help them to make India into a number one benchmark in the world.
Wow, I think we should end with that thought. May your dreams come true. I think India will soon, and each of us has to make that effort to make our country something to be proud of. सिर्फ हम लोगों
Exactly.
को गलत थॉट्स और गलत ट्रैक पे जाके नहीं जाना चाहिए. हमें अपनी पॉजिटिविटी, अपना जो एसेंस ऑफ आवर स्पिरिचुअलिटी हमारे देश का है, और वो पॉजिटिविटी लेके सारी दुनिया को कॉन्कर करना है हमें. तो रोहित, we shall conquer ourselves first and then the world, right? Good luck to you. Wish you all the happiness.
Love you.
Lots of love. Okay, bye. Thank you. Oh, wow, that was wonderful. Thank you, Rohit.